sitting on the chair the wrong way. Really difficult to do with the arms on this chair.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean.
Wagwan fam, I'm King Ross, you're a dirty mark, and it's that time of the bastard week once again. Right, take a look at all of the WTF moments from WWE RAW, and we start with Kevin Owens' budgies. F me sideways and call me Betty. Has his f***ing budgie died? Well, I guess with the height of those bloody cuffs at the bottom of his pantaloons, yes it f***ing has. Although it is quite romantic, it's quite symptomatic. You know, you fly your trousers at half-mast when your budgie's died. It's deed. And obviously, as you can see, KO is flying his trousers at half-mast, which is symptomatic of his relationship with Chris Jericho, which died in heartbreaking fashion last week. Although, of course, we all know that Kevin Owens probably has thunder thighs. And you know, when he straddled that chair, he stood up and hasn't opened his thighs wide enough to let his pantaloons drop back to their natural length. They're stuck up there because they're trapped between his thunder thighs. Thunder thighs. And we're with Byron Saxton for the first time this week, who claimed that Enzo and Cass have been in the WWE RAW Tag Team title picture since their debut on the night after WrestleMania last year. Quite frankly, have they WWE on more occasions than I care to remember have new-dayed Enzo and Cass, which in my vocab, in my linguistical ting, wings and tings, means they just wheel them out for a meaningless promo, get a couple of cheap pops, do a couple of catchphrases, and then wheel to the back with nothing accomplished. Load of fucking shit. Just like me, innit? Wheel me in here, couple of catchphrases, couple of pops, and wheel me out of here, and you dirty marks fucking love it. Here is a direct quote from Corey Graves, who said the following. Claudio like a, Cesaro like a human. Claudio, of course, is the real name of Cesaro. Corey Graves said Claudio in front of the world on WWE RAW and then made himself corpse in the process. Some other person on the interweb would say send for the man at this point, and Breaking the wall, fourth wall. Break the fourth wall down, Jericho. For those who want to rock, what you will, baby, you know your Judas, and I'm your priest. Anybody put aside from the least, bring it to the day and the bread of the beast. Step in the arena and break the walls down. Step in the arena and break the walls down. Next we have Mick Foley, who wore his old school commissioner shirt live on WWE RAW last night, even though we clearly all know that he is the WWE RAW general manager. Stephanie McMahon and her massive lady pals. She's the commissioner, Mick works directly beneath her, and not like that, you filthy wanking marks. But imagine if Stephanie was wearing the commissioner shirt herself, how would it wrap round the Bojangles? Is that too far? Are you upset? Go and cry to somebody that cares. Oh, man, she'll let Chris Jericho take the piss out of them for 10 bloody years. Do you want me to stand here and sing Chris Jericho's song again? Let's fucking go. Break the walls down, Jericho. Owens versus Zayn, despite the fact that Battleground last year was billed as their last ever meeting. Charlotte versus Sasha. The club of Gallows and Anderson against Reigns in a handicap match for the second week in a row. Well, me sideways and call me Betty, lads. It's time for the return of one of your old favourites. It's the new era same old siren. Whee! Well, bugger my bum, it really is f***ing deserved, lads. Those 3 matches in the space of one show. You're a same old We're back again with Byron Saxton. Damn, Byron, back at it again with a commentary. He claimed that Roman Reigns has always lived his life by the mantra of one versus all. Aye, that's really true. When he was in the Shield, taking on the world, 3 versus 1, all the piss in time, right back through a table, take it through a table. 3 men to do it on both occasions. Not to mention the fact that Roman's got his dad, the big boss man, pulling the strings in the background, shouting at Vince McMahon when Vince decided to take the belt off of Roman in the main event of WrestleMania 31. He's got all sorts of people working for him. He's not doing this 1 versus all at all, Byron, you bastard. And then we get onto the fake cheers and Kevin f***ing Durant. 1 versus all, my arse. Damn, Byron, back at it with a hat-trick hype ting, wings and tings, motherfucker. Byron claimed that Kevin Owens' message to General Manager Mick Foley, where Kevin claimed that after the match with Sami Zayn, Mick would have more Raw superstars in the injury room than he would actually have fit and able to compete on the roster. To someone as f***ing thick as Byron, this is a cryptic message, whereas to me, a sexual wank pheasant had a sick guy. It's clearly Kevin Owens saying he's going to beat the f*** out of Sami Zayn, leave him injured, along with Seth Rollins et al. Nothing cryptic there, it's black and f***ing white. Like Henry Lansbury last night, who scored an own goal in favour for the Toon. What a f***ing wanker you are, Henry Lansbury, with your stupid name and your stupid hair. The news broke last night that the New Day are to host WrestleMania, and it's time for my new favourite segment. And yours. Proving internet virgins, wrong moment of the week. People all over the world were losing their shit at this news because they're like, oh, it means the New Day aren't going to wrestle. Oh, I'm not happy about that. I want to see Xavier Woods do his elbow off the ropes. What you are failing to understand, however, you dirty f***ing virgin Mark, is the fact that this is allowing the New Day to flourish in a role that is tailor-made for them. Of course, they're all fantastic grapplers in their own right, but it's fair to say their promos are far better than that. They're far better than that. Mine are shit, though. This, in turn, allows other tag teams to have the spotlight and allows the Raw Tag Team division, which for an entire bastard year, maybe more, while the New Day held the Tag Team Championships, was a division with only 1 bloody team in it. New Day were never going to get beat by anybody like the Shining Stars or whoever else was there, but now Sheamus and Gallows and Anderson and Enzo and Cass have all come along. There's a tag, a flourish in their it all makes sense is what I'm saying, and you need to think about things before you go on the Twitter and go fire. Let this concept try to sink into your thick marky skulls. The Boom Squad General Kofi Kingston once went to bed Jamaican once upon a time. When he woke up, he went to WWE RAW and turned into an American for some f***ing reason. And then there we have him on WWE RAW last night, preaching about continuity. I mean, he went to Raw, all Jamaican, and then what? All American. Yeah. It's not f***ing racist. A Geordie doing a Jamaican accent. If you ever put a Geordie and a Jamaican in the same room, they sound exactly the f***ing same. Alright, pal, how's it going? Alright, man, how's it going? We say beer can, they say beer can. For 2 different things, admittedly, but it's still all the I mean, Kofi Kingston, after going through all that, being the advocate for continuity. It's like Jack the Jobber being the advocate for solid hairlines. F*** me. Next, we move on to Big E and the fact he claimed that because Lana's solely Russian, that explains how she obtained New Day's ice cream plans. Then we had the commentators, over 1 million times it felt like, going, she's a hacker, 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 she's a f***ing hacker, she's a f***ing hacker, she f***ing hacks things, the f***ing Russian hacker, she's a f***ing Russian hacker. Kumate, hardy, oh, not that f***ing hacker, a Russian f***ing hacker that takes ice cream plans. Now, I did a bit of research, I read the news from time to time. Here's me explanation for this WTF moment that won't get me into trouble. During the election process, Trump openly wanted the Russians to hack Hillary's emails, which is something that, you know, Lana's done there because she's Russian. Things that make you go hum. How the f*** did you get in here again?
I'm Hobo Joe, and I've got a big issue with you.
A big issue with what?
With this, I'm a fan of Lana and Rusev. I like WWE.
Get the f*** out. In fact, come here. Off, Hobo Joe. Next, we move on to Xavier Woods, who smashes Lana's iPad, which in turn apparently means the plans for the ice cream are safe. WTF. If Lana's such a good fucking Russian hacker, she's a fucking good Russian hacker. She can hack all sorts of things. She's a fucking great Russian hacker. As we all know, with technology these days, anything saved on an Apple device more than likely goes straight to the iCloud. All Lana needs to do is go down to a local Argos, pick up an Apple iPad 2 for, 120, 130 quid. I don't know how much they cost. Go back on that cloud, whap the plans back off of there, and Bob's your Uncle Fanny's the aunt. She's got them back. She took their plans. Just like I did, I've got those plans for the ice cream and the holiday snaps of Lana and Ruru. I suppose you could say it's the fappening too. That was me. Fapping. Next we move on to Jack Gallagher, who's having a go at my pal Neville from Newcastle. Neville, who is also a king, the king of the cruiserweights. Gallagher was having a go at Neville for pretending to be a king and looking down on everyone else. He thinks that's a problem. I'm here to tell you it's not, Jack, it's fucking lovely. You all love it. Head and parmesan. Random crowd shot that wasn't supposed to happen. Random crowd shot that wasn't supposed to happen. We all know what's happened here, don't we, motherfuckers? Kevin Dunn's done did a whoopsie. Dun 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 dun. Why? Here's why. Well, Kevin Dunn had a huge scoop about me and my thing about the Claires. He wanted to see Lana and Rusev's nudes from their holidays. So went, oh, fucking hell, give me those nudes. When he got himself all in a tiffle, his teeth fell out, knocked his coffee fucking over, the camera changed to the shot it wasn't supposed to be on, and we saw that random picture that wasn't supposed to be seen. That was my impression of Simon Miller. Next, we move on to Stephanie McMahon and her giant fucking lady balls. She claimed that Sasha Banks interrupted Bayley's promo because Sasha knows she can't beat Charlotte, but she knows she can beat Bayley. Where the f***'s the sense behind that? As we all know, as the biggest hot potato game in the history of hot potato was taking place for the WWE RAW Women's Championship, Sasha beat Charlotte for that title 3 times. She also beat Charlotte for the NXT Women's Championship 1 time. That's a total of 4 times. Instead of saying she can't beat her no time. She wants to take up maths, doesn't she? She should know about maths, shouldn't she? Because she gets every male member of the roster, strips them of their bollocks, and adds them to her own giant lady balls. The one fucking time that there should have been a crowd shot and Kevin Dunn fucking missed it. Bayley was given the big ones about her father, how he took her to all the events, bought her all the figures. She was crying in the ring just about. We should have seen a shot of Bayley's father doing the same, but Kevin didn't do it. We all know why though. Because he was blotting over the nudes of Lana and Rusev from their holidays, which were taken from the cloud above. As we all know, Kevin Dunn seems to love emotionless, bored-looking children, but when it comes to something that would develop the storyline, add a few more layers like an onion. He fucking missed the boat, didn't he? What a... Die. Next, we move on to Michael Cole, who claimed that Bayley was brought up to WWE's main roster, along with her 4 horsewoman sisterin. That's the opposite of brethren. Sisterhood, Sister Act. What a cracking film. Sasha Banks, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch. As we all know, the 4 horsewomen, in kayfabe terms in WWE land, they aren't really a thing, aren't they? They've never really acknowledged this on screen, have they? As part of a WWE RAW or a SmackDown. I know they have done on bloody 24 specials where they take a peek behind the bastard camera. A peek behind the bastard camera. But the bigger WTF moment here is the fact that 3 of the 4 horsewomen, Charlotte, Becky and Sasha, they all graduated to the main roster in July 2015. Bayley made her debut at Battleground 2016 before getting called up to the main roster in August of 2016. That's like a month after Battleground, and a full year and a month after the other 3 did. Some maggle spreading lies. Tag team match player, holla holla holla, ding dang walla walla bing bang.
This is a really weird promo. I mean, I'm not even in focus right now. Meanwhile, King Ross here is looking down the barrel right at you ugly marks, like a ventriloquist dummy or something. You know King Ross, the most vile, potty mouth, anti-mark, nose-biting, sick guy, sexual wank pheasant, and a massive fucking cunt.
You fucking what? There's a picture of the Big Show and Braun Strowman standing opposite each other. Nice, isn't it? The crowd in wherever they were chanting, "This is awesome," after one lockup in a match between the Big Show and Braun Strowman. Now, I know the match, by the end, far exceeded all of our expectation. I think Braun Strowman is absolutely f***ing fantastic. Some would say that I'm like Vince McMahon, in that I can see talent when there is talent there to be seen. But giving them "This is awesome" after that, in a match that pretty much had zero expectation due to the Big Show being involved. I know he's trimmed now, but you know, me, a Big Show match these days. That was me snoring. Well, I had no expectations, but that, and then "This is awesome." It wasn't awesome. It got awesome, but it wasn't awesome when the crowd were chanting "This is awesome" initially. Right then, this could go well, it could go bad. We all know what happened with Hulk Hogan in the summer of 2015. Bloody me, f*** me sideways and call me Betty. Wasn't it ironic to see a black man confiscating a sign that said "Where's Hogan"? The irony being put in there because of certain comments that were released in the summer of 2K15 about Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean. Next, we move on to Corey Graves, who claimed that Braun Strowman, who is f***ing amazeballs, by the way, is the first person to kick out of Big Show's KO hook ting, chicken wings and ting. As we all know, this is a complete lie. If you go back to TLC 2012, you will see Sheamus, who didn't have the mohawk. He had, like that f***ing Muppet, the ginger f***ing Muppet. I don't know what the his name was. He kicked out of it back then. Braun did it after him. So he wasn't the first, was he, Corey? Next, we move on to Maggle Cole, who claimed that when we were looking at Braun Strowman, that we were looking at the most dominant man in recent WWE history. Quite frankly, this is wrong. I'm now going to turn it to Brock Lesnar and tell you why.
Remember me? I'm the one that beat the streak and shit all over John Cena.
Not only that, we have Goldberg, who in turn shit on the man that beat the streak and shit on John Cena. That means that Goldberg's surely the most dominant man in recent WWE history, unless Maggle was referring to recent WWE history as yesterday and yesterday alone. And we end with the bloody markiest of f***ing marks who turned up to last night's WWE RAW dressed as this sick wank pheasant. They say that imitation is the most sincere form of flattery, but quite frankly, you can f*** off! Do you know how long it takes to get this? I'll bite your f***ing nose off your And that's it for your WTF Moments from WWE RAW. I've been King Ross, you've been a Dirty Mark. You can follow this illustrious channel on the Twitter at WhatCultureWWE. You can follow me at RutAssussa, or no, RutAssussa. You can follow Chris down the f***ing street and kick the shit out of him. Ha ha ha! Goodbye! Yay!
Monday, March 6th, live from Newcastle, and free on YouTube. Drew Galloway will defend his WCPW championship against the aerial assassin, Will Ospreay. And the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, will defend his WCPW Internet Championship. WCPW proudly presents Exit Wounds. Monday, March 6th, 7:30, 2:30 Eastern. Tickets still available at wc.pw.